The city council is going to have to vote on it. And that's, we could ask, because how come we don't get to talk about it, you know? Because the way I understand it, it goes directly to the city council can do away with it if they want to. It doesn't come to us. Well,
Commissioners, if I can just stop you. You need to be careful to not actually discuss some of the issues that you are planning to discuss. I think what Armando is trying to get to is to try and set up some type of process in order to assist him for several reasons. It's not just this commission that he works with. It's everyday items that he has to work with and trying to resolve, doing everything in an efficient manner that I think everybody appreciates that Armando does for this commission and for the city. So the only thing I would caution is that if this commission does wish to try and have an item on the agenda that would be, for example, new business, you would again have to be careful to not discuss the item. If somebody would like to raise an item, I have a concern about this issue, and then let's say two others agree that would be important for us to discuss, then now Armando sees we've got at least three that want to discuss it, and then he can go ahead and evaluate, can I get it to them by the next meeting, or is it something that it's going to take me a couple of meetings? And that gives Armando the ability to address his workload, but also make sure that he does respond to what this commission wants.
I understand you very clearly, and here's what I'm meaning from this. I'm meaning from this is that it may be very good for the commission to possibly have a workshop and define what are the commission's responsibilities, what are our responsibilities and parameters as a commission. We've never done that. We got some literature when we were appointed to the commission, but we have really never got any formal direction as to the parameters of the commission, the responsibilities of the commission, other than the written literature that we got when we were appointed to the commission. So I think that that's one thing that we might want to consider. I think that what we're saying here, I think, is very valid to establish a process about going about bringing things to the commission, even if we don't have a legal say-so and we're not the final authority in deciding an item such as city council may be. I have no problem with this commission if it is legal and if it is within the limitations and the parameters of the commission to hear an item so that we can make a recommendation to the city council even if we don't have the authority to the final authority in deciding the item. So, those are the things that I think that may help us as a commission in going forward. I don't know what the commission thinks.
I would be in favor of it, one says, set up a procedure, and it sounds to me, and you put an agenda item, new business, or whatever, and like our lawyer said, we can't discuss it at that moment, because we didn't give the public notice, but at that point, we said, I want to discuss this, put on the agenda for the next meeting, and that was okay. But then the public got notice, we're going to discuss this specific issue. Because I think that's what the lawyer is saying is that, like now, we start discussing it, if the public didn't get notice that we're discussing that topic, which is kind of hindrance, but you got to follow legality. That's an obvious, you're absolutely right. And that's exactly the reason why I asked it to be put on the agenda. Because once it's on the agenda, it's published, it's displayed in the public face, and the public knows. So there's no secret at all.
Only thing you're missing one step, I feel, Art, and that is the commission as a whole requesting that it be put on the agenda. Some formalized process. I think what Armando was asking is, he is asking that the commission have a consensus when we're asking items to put on the agenda, rather than each commissioner coming to his office or him individually and asking that item be put on the agenda. That's the difference.
You're 100% right. The only problem I have with your argument is
this commission is brand new. You live here for 2 years, and unfortunately, none of you gone to any conventions anyplace, or none of you have had any help at trying to solicit for it. The only information you people have had is people coming right before you at that instant making a decision. That is not good. My attempt tonight was to educate this planning commission. That's what I'm trying to do. And that's why I gave our planning director 2 weeks in advance, so that we can begin the process of learning. When you say it's a good idea to start, you may be reinventing the wheel again, because there may be procedures. And as I say, with past experience, I've had other planning directors, when we asked for information, if it was not legal, we also had an attorney do it. If it wasn't on the agenda, it would not be discussed. But to put limits on any member of the planning commission to go up to the planning director and say, look, I think the planning commission needs this information. I'm not permitted to talk to them because of Brown Act rules. If this is on the agenda, we can all get the information at the same time. There has to be some kind of an attempt to bring this planning commission up to speed. And it's not going to happen unless all of us start asking our planning director to give us lessons and to teach us something.
Nobody's arguing what you're saying. All we're trying to say is what is the process of doing what you're asking. And what we're saying, and what Armando is saying, is that a solution to that issue, that problem may be to have an open item agenda on our meeting where you can bring this item legally without Brown Act concerns before the commission and give him direction to do what you're asking. I think that we're only talking about a procedural issue and not a substance issue.
It may be it. Are you prepared to tell us what you did is legal, or what's the legal basis in the planning commission protocol for you to refuse to subscribe?
I can tell you that, Art, it was not agendized. We cannot talk about issues that are not agendized.
You didn't hear me. I asked it to be put on the agenda.
Okay. You got it. And what do you think? I'm sorry, I see Armando's point. I see his point in saying that, and I see the solution to the problem, and I don't feel that we have to keep going with it because there is a solution there. Why don't we take it?
I agree with you, but I also agree with Art. We ran the same problem, but we united. The old days, or when I first started, I could go in and they would say, yeah, if you want information about this or that, I could go into the planning department and we'll tell you how that works. And so it was like, Art, I get that. Well, how about they gave me the information, the rest of you guys didn't get it. And that's the roundabout thing about the sewer stuff. I had to bring it up 2 or 3 times. And finally, they said, okay, we'll put in an agenda. We can't discuss it in open session unless it's on agenda. And then they put in an agenda as an informational document. They write it up. So I can see Art's point that, yeah, and that, I don't think there's any legal precedent. You go to the planning department and say, hey, can you give me an education on this aspect of that? And normally, there's no problem, yeah, we'll do it. So that's what you give. But if you wanted to discuss it as a commission, then it's got to be on the agenda.
Armando, what he wants is more than one commissioner with the same issue.
Well, that's
on the
right.
agenda, but then we can't call each other.
Yeah.
I think you have really good intentions, so again,